to um, the second chapter, wherein it is after this verse that we are going to discuss today that Krishna actually starts teaching Arjun the Bhagavad Gita. So the first chapter is more of context and background of what is happening in the Kurukshetra, and then finally the questions which lead to the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is actually Krishna's song of love and compassion for all of us. It is not just for Arjun, but it is a song of love and compassion, God's personal message that He has delivered to all of us. And today we will be reading and understanding the state of heart, the questions in the mind of Arjun, the heart of Arjun that helped him receive that love. So this is a very, very important verse. But before that, let us invoke the blessings of Bhagavan Sri Krishna by chanting his holy names. So we can chant together as always. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. So now we'll offer prayers to invoke blessings of the Guru Parampara. You can repeat after me. Is some The host can repeat the prayers after me so that I'll say, then you can say. Yeah. Om Ajnanatimirandasya
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य
Jnananjana Shalakaya
ज्ञानाञ्जलशलाकया
Chakshurunmilitam Yena
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः
Nama Om Vishnupadaya
नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय
Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
Swamin Iti Namine.
स्वामिन् इति नामिने
Namaste Saraswate Deve
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
Gauravani Pracharine
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
Paschat Deshatarine
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha
कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Wonderful. So let's briefly recap what we discussed yesterday. So yesterday we started verse 1.1, the very first verse of the Bhagavad Gita. And in that we understood the narrow self-centered vision of Dhritarashtra versus the expanded mind, the expanded consciousness of Yudhishthir. Right? We discussed also we discussed how the analogy of the farming field, wherein Kurukshetra is like the field, and the grains are like the Pandavas, the weeds are Kauravas, the farmer is Krishna. So the farmer removed the weeds so that the grains can actually grow nicely. So this was discussed yesterday. Now let us see what happens further. Now, after this spotlight, so after this verse, the first verse is actually where Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya that what happened on the battlefield. That is the question he's asking. And after that, Sanjaya starts replying. So what Sanjaya is visualizing is he sees that how Duryodhan is now approaching his generals and he's trying to encourage them to ensure that they fight very valiantly. And as he's encouraging them, Bhishma Pitama blows his conch. Now, hearing that conch, it is now declaring that the battle is about to begin of Mahabharat. Both the parties are ready and the battle is about to begin. And after Bhishma Pitama blows his conch, Duryodhan feels, wow, very nice, I'm going to win. But then at the same time, Arjun, Krishna, Bhima, Yudhishthir, all of them blow their conch. And when they blow their conch, Duryodhan's heart starts trembling. Because although he has the bigger army, he has more strategy, so much politics, everything he's done, ultimately, God is on the other side. So what is the use? You can't really win. So he starts getting that premonition that maybe this one I'm going to lose. Now, after blowing the conch shells, Arjun tells Krishna that, my dear Krishna, please take the chariot to the place between the two armies. I want to see who all have assembled, desiring to fight. And Krishna says, okay, let's go. And he takes the chariot, and then the chariot goes in between the two armies. And then uh, Krishna points to all the members in the other army and says, see, your teacher is there, your uncle is there, your friends are there, everyone is there. They have all assembled. You wanted me to take you, now you look. So when Arjun is looking, slowly he starts realizing what exactly is about to happen. He starts seeing that, my all my dearest teachers, my grandfather, my brothers, everyone is assembled here, and we are all going to fight each other to the death. My God. Yes, I understand that they are adharmic, but still, how can I do this? How can I kill my own relatives? How can I be happy if all my relatives die? And at the same time, they are wanting to fight. So how do I not fight? If they kill me, then what? What should I do? What should I do? Should I run away from the battlefield? Maybe I should just become a mendicant. I should become a beggar. Even if they are greedy for land, for the kingdom, why should I become greedy? What will happen to their wives who are also like my sisters? What will happen to this world? In this way, Arjun starts getting very fearful, which is like an anticlimax. Just some time ago, Krishna and Arjuna, the heroes, had blown their conch and shattered the heart of Duryodhan. And now Arjuna is telling, "यार, ये क्या हो गया यार, अभी कैसे लड़ने का है? ऐसे होगा नहीं मेरे से." In that way, he starts becoming very fearful. And he starts expressing his mind to Krishna. And my dear Krishna, this is like, it is just, I don't know if we should do this. I'm very confused. He starts lamenting and he starts becoming exceedingly confused. Dharam Sankat, Dharam Sankat appeared in the mind of Arjun. And this entire Bhagavad Gita is Krishna resolving that Dharam Sankat in the heart of Arjun. The confusion of Arjun reaches a crescendo in the second chapter, verse number 7. And that is the verse that, let us recite that verse together. Let me just share my screen. So the host can repeat after me. So this is Bhagavad Gita 2.7. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः
कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेताः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः
यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
शिष्यास्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नः.
So the translation of this is, my dear Krishna, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. And we'll also read the next translation alone. Here Arjun says, I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it, even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. So, in these two verses, Arjun is now surrendering to Krishna. He is telling that, my dear Krishna, I have now, I am too confused. I don't know what I should do. What is my purpose? What is my duty? Huh? In this condition, you please tell me what I should do, because I can't find answers to this question. Whatever I feel like whatever I do, I'll become unhappy. What should I do? So this question, this thirst, this hankering to understand what is our purpose is very important to understand the Bhagavad Gita. Just like Arjun has forgotten his purpose, that why I have come to the battlefield, all of us, my dear friends, we have also come into this world, and many times we don't know what purpose we are here for. In when we are young, parents tell us, "Chalo, school mein jao, school mein padhai karo, get good marks." Okay, that is my purpose. Fine, we study, study, study. Then in 10th standard they say, "Arey board mein marks lao, wohi tumhara par." Okay, we study. Then 12th, then whatever, write your exams, then take a job, get married. We are just doing something, something. But I'm sure all of you are here today because at some point you have asked to yourself, "Ki yaar, life ka purpose kya hai? What is the purpose of life? Why am I here?" And this question is what the Bhagavad Gita will help you answer. If you understand the Bhagavad Gita, you will actually understand what is the purpose of life. And therefore, the study of Bhagavad Gita is not some superficial emotional thing. It is so that we can follow it and achieve the purpose of our life. Just like Arjun is now surrendering to Krishna, saying, "Please tell me what is my duty? What is my purpose?" With that same seriousness, we should approach the Bhagavad Gita. Then we will be able to mold our life according to the purpose which God gave it to us. This life is not just some random thing. God has given it to us because of a purpose. And today, through the purpose of His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we will get a little bit of an understanding of what this purpose is and how serious it is. Okay. So now let us read this one paragraph. This paragraph. Um, Hari Prasad Prabhu, can you read this?
The problems of material existence, birth, old age, disease, and death, cannot be counteracted by accumulation of wealth and economic development. In many parts of the world, there are states which are replete with all facilities of life, which are full of wealth and economically developed. Yet, the problems of material existence are still present. They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitute the signs of Krishna, through the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness.
So now in this one paragraph itself, you see, Prabhupada has given so much wisdom. So the first thing we understand is कि just as Arjuna said, just the accumulation of wealth and economic development is not the purpose of life. This is not enough. Okay, it is not enough कि हमारा जॉब हो गया, हम जॉब में अच्छा कर रहे हैं, दिन में 3 बार खाना आ रहा है और सब socially we are well situated. This is not enough to say that हाँ हमारा हो गया. Why it is not enough? Because there are four things which this cannot solve. These are called the problems of material existence or the real problems of material life. Now you see the Vedic tradition is a very deep and philosophical tradition. It is not superficial. It is not that somebody who is just living a superficial life can understand the depth of wisdom. All of you are here because you are already a little bit awakened to know that just material things are not enough. And the reason is explained here. There are four problems which every person, every human being, every animal, every insect, every tree, every fish, every bird, every whatever you name it, is undergoing: birth, old age, disease, and death. So let us discuss them in reverse order because it's easiest to understand. Death. Death is such a serious problem. Everyone is doing whatever they are doing just to somehow avoid death, no? It is such a terrible thing that even when I talk to some grown-ups that, कभी सोचा है कि मतलब एक बार मरना पड़ेगा. So what about that? Have you thought about it? They feel very afraid. They're not able to discuss. Then there is disease. From head to toe, there are 4,000, 5,000 different diseases that we can get. Just reflect on the last time you got a cold, such a small disease, just a nose blocked, nose is running. How much distress it causes us. And this distress will be there even for a rich man. Even if Elon Musk gets a blocked nose, he will be miserable. He cannot see his bank balance and get relief from his blocked nose for such a small disease. What to speak of severe diseases like cancer? It is said in the research today that 1 in 4 people will die of cancer. Will die means more will get also. That is the situation today, right? And then there is old age. Nobody wants to grow old. In our youth, sometimes we don't think that this reality is awaiting me. But actually, as we grow 30, 40 and all, then we start seeing, our hair is turning white. So then we go and keep checking. For men, to baal jhadne bhi lagte hain na? Hair starts falling, so we start doing some treatment or something. And obviously, more and more, you become invalid, your body starts paining, you're not able to do the same things as before. And then there is birth also. Birth is also categorized as a misery because, first of all, it leads to the other three. Without birth, the other three are not there. And secondly, just imagine if you are packed up in an airtight bag for 9 months and you can't move, you can't see outside, it's dark, and you're in that fluid. Sometimes it is acidic, sometimes worms are there, they're biting. Imagine yourself in that position. It's a great suffering. So these are described as the real problems of life because every single person, without exception, undergoes them. Right? And any amount of material things cannot solve these four problems. The only way to solve it is by consulting Krishna or the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, the practice of spirituality, the study of Bhagavad Gita is a deep science which aims to put an end to these four problems. We will discuss this more and unravel this subject as we proceed in further sessions. But it is a very lofty goal that Bhagavad Gita study has. It is not something that we do just because it is in our culture or something. It is the most profound goal worth striving for. So let us read another paragraph in order to understand this more. This is the from the first verse that we read. Prabhupada has given a purport. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. What are the problems of life? Eating, sleep, the previous one that we saw, birth, old age, disease, and death. In the Brihat Aranyaka Upanishad 3.8.10, the perplexed man is described as follows. Yova etad aksharam gargi avidit vasmalam lokat praiti sa kripanaha. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human and who thus quits this world like the cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. Very loaded statement. Who is a miserly man? Miserly means क्या बोलते हैं उसको हिंदी में कंजूस उसके पास पैसे है वो खर्च नहीं करेगा miserly man has money but he won't spend it on the right way. He'll just try to sit with the money. Similarly, a human being is called a miser if, although he has got the facility of human body, he doesn't use it to solve the problems of birth, old age, disease, and death, which are the real problems. And instead, when he dies without solving these problems, he dies just like an animal, like a cat or dog, right? So that is a miserly man. This is told in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This human form of life is a most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problems of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is the Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. Ye etad aksharam gargi vidit vasmalam lokat praiti sa brahmanaha. Right? So, yes. So this is something very important to know that if we don't solve these four problems, we should not just be happy, sitting satisfied कि चलो कोई बात नहीं बाद में कर लेंगे. There is a very interesting analogy that uh, one can consider that it's a little barbaric, a little morbid analogy, but in a slaughterhouse where goats are being slaughtered, unfortunately, there are still such places. Ideally, in a Vedic society, these would not exist. At least a slaughterhouse simply cannot exist. But today we are in Kali Yuga, so they exist. So what they do is they don't like very much tie the goats or anything like that. They are on a belt, on a conveyor belt, and at the end of the conveyor belt, there is a machine which will actually kill the goat and process its meat. But on that belt, they don't have to be tied up very much. You know what is done for the goats? Just little grass is given, some succulent grass they put in front of the goat. And then the goat is on the conveyor belt and he's seeing that, the goat who was 5 steps ahead of me, he went into that machine, he got crushed, he's screaming. The one 4 steps ahead of me, yeah, he's also about to go, he'll also get crushed. Everyone will go. But this goat is so much seeing his own grass. He's enjoying that succulent grass. Thinking, ah, मजा आ रहा है, ग्रास तो अच्छा है ना यार, क्या टेंशन, वो तो बाद में आएगा ना, अभी तो दूर है ना मशीन, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम, लेट मी ईट द ग्रास, नाइस, बी रिलैक्स, बी कूल, क्या लोड लेने का जीवन में. Like that goat is thinking. And every goat in this way, focused on the grass, doesn't realize when that machine comes and when gets crushed. Similarly, in this world, there are many people who are very satisfied with temporary, immediate material benefits. Ki paisa aa gaya, gaadi aa gaya, family is good, everything is okay. This is all like grass. He is not seeing that, Hare, my grandfather who loved me so much, he is not with me anymore. My great grandfather, he's not with me anymore. My father and all is growing old. I will also have to go through this. Now, if you were on the goat's position, you would never be able to be happy because you have a developed consciousness. You will be panicking. Hey, निकालो निकालो कैसे तो भागो इधर से क्या हो रहा है, right? So in the same way, we should know that we should have the advanced consciousness to see that, yeah, there is this real problems of birth, old age, disease, and death which are coming. And I cannot just be satisfied with these immediate temporary things. I must make a solution for them. It is an urgent matter. And then we can understand the urgency with which Arjun made an inquiry to Krishna. My dear Krishna, what is my duty? You please tell me. I am your surrendered servant. I will 100% follow it. With this urgency, when we approach the Bhagavad Gita, then the Bhagavad Gita, the song, that love of God, the song of God's love for us will be revealed to us. It is not the Gita is not like some ordinary book that wo kabhi kisi ne bola. ऐसा नहीं है. Even today, Krishna will speak to us through the Bhagavad Gita, provided we have this mood of Arjun, of urgency in trying to understand the message of the Gita. Right? So I think it's almost time now. I wanted to read one more paragraph. It will take just 2 minutes. It is an important concept to cover. So in this paragraph, let's end with these words of wisdom from His Divine Grace, Prabhupada. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step, there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life, which happen without our desire. So, perplexities of life is birth, old age, disease, death. Okay. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. Nobody wants to grow old, nobody wants to fall sick, but it happens. No one wants a fire, and yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not, therefore, remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. So, this is the conclusion that yes, we must make an effort to solve the problems of birth, old age, disease, and death. And how do we do so? By approaching a bona fide spiritual master who comes in the disciplic succession. Means what? How do you know who is a guru? He should have a guru. And that is the inductive definition. You can then say that, okay, This person is a guru because he sincerely followed his guru. His guru is a guru because he sincerely followed his guru. Like this, you can actually make a chain going all the way back to Krishna. That is called disciplic succession, right? So just like Arjun here is learning from Krishna directly, we have to find the current link coming from Krishna. That knowledge is coming in an unbroken chain from Krishna. We have to find the current link and get that knowledge from that Acharya. So Srila Prabhupada comes in that line. He comes from a line of great disciplic, in a great disciplic succession with so many spiritual masters. And whatever we hear from Prabhupada is basically directly the words of Krishna. It is the same message that has been passed down. So the teachings are pure in the disciplic succession. Okay. So I thank everyone who joined and attended this. Uh, Very grateful for giving me an opportunity to absorb myself in the Bhagavad Gita. If there are any comments or questions, because it's already late, you can use the WhatsApp chat. And if you liked any point, you can kindly share in the WhatsApp group what you learned today. It'll be very nice for me also. It'll be encouraging for me to, if some of you were benefited. So if you share, it'll be very nice. Thank you so much.